screen is so small. Okay. Yeah, evening. Today I'll be sharing with you our Atomy Manuka Honey. Basically, what is it so special about this Manuka honey? It has this high MGO 830 plus concentration, which I will explain to you what is the actual reason, what was the meaning of it. Overall, it's for overall health. Ours is actually natural and organic, and it has antioxidant qualities and antibacterial properties as well. So in the main features in the nutshell is actually, like I say, it's natural, pure and clean. It's from this part of Australia, Oceania. And it has absolute price, and of course it has continuous and stable supply production. So we won't like have suddenly no stock, that kind of thing. Reliable supplier, which is actually, they are very specialized in medical research. Also very strict quality control, knowing Australia, right? And also there's a certain, we have many certified grades throughout these high quality or control standards. So a bit on the history of honey, if those of you have never seen honey, but of course, I'm sure all of us have tested honey before. It has been used actually not only, it's a long time ago, about 10,000 years ago, to treat like health issue like indigestion and other common problems. Like ancient Greek will use it to treat fatigue. So athletes before they have, they go for like sporting events, they will take honey for the boost of energy. And according to this book in which is part of the Qing dynasty around 220 BC, those who consume honey will like keep fit. Also it can cure indigestion and other medicaments. So it has actually been used 10,000 years ago. Evidence is actually from the painting of this. You can see an enlarged sheet here from the old cave painting in Pirana Cave, Spain. And this is the one that's in Egypt. Okay, so about 10,000 years ago, that's what based on the drawing. Benefit of honey is actually based on the WHO, World Health Organization. This is actually a natural cough remedy. So that's why I remember when I was young, if I have cough, my mom would give me actually like honey mixed with hot water. So that's part of the reason. Not only that, it has a lot of other compounds like polyphenol, not only apples, but honey also contain that. Amino acid, polysaccharides, and organic acid, flavonoids, aromatics, trace mineral, vitamins, enzymes also, which is all beneficial for our health. And then there's these phytonutrients, which is actually also found in plants. Then the function is to protect them from harmful insects, also shield them from this ultraviolet radiation. So this one, the phytonutrients in honey also is also for antioxidant and the antifungal quality. So many benefits there. And then what about this special Manuka honey? This is not the normal honey. This is a Manuka honey special. I'm sure you have seen it in the market. Actually, it's very pricey, right? Compared to normal honey, but we don't know actually what is the difference. There's this, this is where you get from this flower, the Leptospermum plants, which is actually grow best in Australia and New Zealand only, these two parts of the world. And it produces this special nectar for the bees to feed on and then convert it to Manuka. So this one special flower is only found in pristine environment, and it collect the bees, very healthy bees. They will collect the most unique pollen and nectar in the world. And these are, how do you call this, antibacterial property in Manuka is called this MGO, which is actually in scientific name is metaglioxal, sorry. So in short is actually MGO. So this is the rating of how the content of is higher in every Manuka honey, which we will explain later how the grading is like. So the higher MGO means that it has a stronger antibacterial properties. So what are the benefits of high grade? If you can see, there are some in the market about 80 plus MGO, and also I think here I have never seen 800 plus, only about 500 plus MGO, but it's also very like quite expensive, a small bottle, a few hundred ringgit. So the antibacterial properties, researchers discovered that this is found in Manuka honey only. It can also help with like stomach problem. And if you consume it regularly, it will also help to have like prevent any digestive disorder, like your stomach issues. Also, it has a lot of antioxidant compounds, so it's rich in all these polyphenols that I mentioned earlier. And it's a very healthy energy source. So if you take it early in the morning, like before breakfast, then you have like, you feel energized throughout the whole day. So there's this MGO and UMF. This is actually how it's certified, the grading system. So in terms of actually the AMHA, the Australia Manuka Honey rating system, it will measure this MGO contents, means that the higher it is, of course, is by 830 plus in this Atomy honey is actually 830 milligram of this metaglycol. So this, the normal honey is actually very low, about 0.4 to only 5.4 only. So Manuka one will start with 83, the lowest. The one you can use it for everyday kind of sweetener. And then there's also in the market about 263 plus, which can be used for about general well-being. And then the premium grade is the one that I mentioned earlier, 550. This is considered already very premium. It's also used for like general well-being. But the Atomy one is 830. This is very super premium already. So this one, you can actually take it for digestive health issue. So why do we choose so many, there's so many Manuka honey out there, but why do we choose Atomy's one? Basically because Atomy's one is actually from this Australia, this part of the world that is the most pristine location in the world. Because of this location, it's not populated, it's an unpopulated territory, and it's rich and abundant in natural ingredients. So it is also home to the healthiest bees in the world. So it's very clean, there's no chemical or insecticide, because the certain part of places that produce Manuka honey, you also need to know where you buy the source of the Manuka honey you get it from, because certain part will be invested by this varroa mite, which can actually carry, which is a disease-carrying parasite that attack and feed on the honeybee. So if certain place we have this parasite, they will use what? Insecticide, right? Chemicals, right? To kill those mites. But this part, the Atomy's one is actually from the location that is not polluted. It's very clean, pure, and natural. So it's safe to consume. On top of that, of course, this is a GSPS product from Australia, so it has the absolute price and absolute quality, which is our promise, Atomy's promise. Australia also has this very steady climate condition, right? We don't have like extreme weathers there, so it produces a large amount of Manuka honey because the flowering season there is also quite long. The climate is actually quite stable, and it's not only home to this flower that produces the nectar, right? It's at this type of species of these Leptospermum flowers, which is also found in New Zealand. And not only that, it's produced by these contractor beekeeper suppliers. So there are actually two locations. They are located in two different locations. So means to say we will have like abundant, stable supply of this Manuka honey. Then, of course, the high grade of NGO, the different type of these flowers found in Australia contains a large amount of DHA, which also means that it has a very high level of MGO. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, the reliable supplier, it has actually partnership with Australian Manuka Honey Association, funded by the government of Australia, the Agriculture Department, and also have very extensive research of this Manuka honey cultivation between Australian National Park and Australian universities. They have these research facilities and very professional research personnel as well involved. And every batch of our Atomy Manuka honey is thoroughly tested, and each production actually they will actually produce a new certificate, not like one-time certification, but every production they will produce a new certificate. So the certificate that they issue is actually for the HMA mark of authenticity, and NGO certificate, origin food labeling, not only that it has HACCP, means it's safe to consume. BRC here is a global standard for food safety, and not only that, it's also halal certified. So how do you take this Manuka honey? Basically, you just need to take about 1 to 2 teaspoons a day, about 5 to 10 ml daily. And you can actually take it 15 minutes, try to take it 15 minutes before you consume any drinks or food in the morning. So you mix this 1 to 2 teaspoons in warm water and about 240 ml, and about, if be better if you mix it with lemon juice as well. There's actually no harm in consuming a lot of honey, but of course, honey also is partly sugar, so best not to over consume. So how else can you take this honey? You can actually combine with vinegar, oil, and to make salad dressing. Not only that, you can mix it with yogurt and berries. Also can drizzle as like to replace like syrup for your pancakes or toast. I personally like to mix it with my oatmeal to sweeten it up. Of course, it's not suitable for infants under 12 years of age. And for those, like, try not to take more than 2 teaspoons. If not, you will have a rise in your blood sugar as well if you take too much. And of course, those who are undergoing chemo or maybe taking other medication, there might be some side effect. So this is how it looks like. It's in the bottle of 250 grams. Origin, of course, is from Australia. It's pure Manuka honey. And shelf life is about 4 years for each production. So in Singapore now, you can buy it directly from Singapore. It comes in 2 pricing. There's 250 grams, 1 bottle. It will be about 103 Sing dollar. If you buy 2 sets, 206 cent pricing, but the PV actually there's some extra about 6. How many percent is that? About 3,000. So that's the end of my sharing for today. Thank you.